Welcome, Minneapolis Junior Senior High School fans, back to the gym here at Minneapolis Junior Senior High School on February 21, 2020. Here for the next to last regular season home game tonight. The Lions hosting the Beloit Trojans, both girls and boys, here for our next to last league games. Dale Leach should be joined by Scott Oshman, at least for the girls' games, here a little later. Mike Perry is out of town tonight, so you'll have to put up with me more. A little bit about tonight's game. Opponents, Beloit is 12-6 overall, the girls. And they are 9-2 in the league for first place right now. In fact, I think they, from what I read, they guaranteed a tie for the league lead last Tuesday night, or last Friday night. This is Friday, so it would have been last Tuesday night. My apologies. The Beloit girls are giving up an average of 41.5 points a game, scoring 44, so they're at plus 2.5. The Minneapolis girls are 5-13 overall and 2-8 in the league for a sixth place positioning. Minneapolis is giving up an average of 43 and scoring 36, or a -7 on the season. Up at Beloit on February 3rd, a rescheduled game, the Lady Trojans knocked off Minneapolis by a score of 44-30. This is the 99th game in the series, dating back to 1975. Beloit leads the series overall 58 wins to 40 losses. At Minneapolis, Minneapolis leads 24 wins to 22 losses. Beloit has won the last two games in a row. Minneapolis' last win was on 1-11-19 a year ago in overtime, 58-56. The Lady Trojans have won 2 games in a row over Russell and Sacred Heart. They lost to Southeast of Saline by 2 in a previous game to that. Some things about the Lady Lions to be watching for. We have a young lady by the name of Courtney Forte who's been playing quite well, especially as a rebounder. As a junior this year, she is at get my notes. She is at 221 rebounds on the season. Which puts her at a second place tie on school records for season rebounds. She's tied with Jordan Crossan's senior season back in 2006 and 7 and Tiffany McCain. The record, number 1 for season rebounds, is 289, held by Jordan Crossan in a 26-game 2005-2006 season. The Lady Lions are 18 games in their hip pocket, so have a ways to go before they would have as many games as Jordan had that season. Courtney is averaging 12.3 rebounds a game over the season, The last 6 games, she is averaging 16.8, so she's really been stepping it up in the last 6 games. And only one of those 6 games was she not in double figures for rebounds, and that was when we were at Beloit. She got 9 rebounds. All the rest she's gotten 11, 16, 19, 21, and 25. Southeastern Saline really tried to, Republic County really tried to bottle her up. Put a lot of bodies on her last Tuesday. Successful for a while, but Courtney ended up with 16 rebounds on the game. Career rebounds wise, she is in a tie for 9th place with Cassandra McDonald from back in 2001-2002 at 447 rebounds. The career high is again Jordan Crossan, who graduated in 07, with 705 rebounds. So Courtney would need to have another season like she's had this season if she probably could break that record next year. So the Lady Lions will be taking on the potential season champions, the Beloit Trojans, tonight. Beloit guaranteed a tie with their win last Tuesday night. So you know they'll be coming out with vim and vigor tonight to try to get things wrapped up for them tonight with a league title. Our game next Tuesday, last regular season game of the season, will be Russell here at home. That was our opening game out at Russell for the season. And that will be the last time that we've faced Russell in an NCAA contest, as they are leaving the league at the end of this year to join the Mid-Continent League of North Central and Northwest Kansas. So they've been in our league for 20-some years, and they've been bidding us a fond adieu. Welcome, Scott Osherman.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, I'm running a little late. It's all right, you made it. Good to have you here. Some of our the players tonight that you'll be seeing from Minneapolis. Cameron Cleveland averaged 6.8 points a game, 4.8 rebounds. She did have a high of 12 rebounds in one game. Zoe Shoup, 6.2 points, 3.9 rebounds. Kirsty Nelson, all the double-figure scorer, and as far as average is concerned, 10.8 and 3.1 rebounds. Courtney Forte, 7.1 points and 12.2 rebounds. Peyton Smith, 2.6 points and 2.3 rebounds. Our leading free throw shooter is Peyton Smith at 55.6%. Scott Osherman will bring you the call tonight.
As the both teams getting ready for the starting lineups, Minneapolis in their home white, of course, and Beloit Lady Trojans in their black and orange, as we get ready for tonight's game against the Minneapolis Lady Lions and the Beloit Lady Trojans. Mike Perry couldn't be with us tonight, so I will have the call for the girls' game, and then we might have Noah Helga for the boys' game. We'll wait and see. If not, then Dale will have it, and I will give you stats at halftime. So starting lineups for the Beloit Lady Trojans. Number 2, Krista Bodie, senior. For Minneapolis, number 4, Kirsty Nelson. Beloit, number 5, Clay Hewitt, a 5'5" senior for the Beloit Lady Trojans. For the Minneapolis Lady Lions, number 10, another senior, Zoe Shoup. Both Zoe and Kirsty have done a nice job of late keeping this girls' team going. For Beloit, another senior. This one is number 10, 5'5" senior, Jessica Meyer. And from Minneapolis, number 11, she's a sophomore, Cameron Cleveland. For the Beloit Lady Trojans, another senior, number 15, she's 5'11", Shay Larson. For Minneapolis, 5'5", junior, Peyton Smith. For Minneapolis, number 24, Portia Cooper, 5'10", junior. For the Beloit Lady Trojans, and for Minneapolis, number 21, Courtney has done a great job of late on the boards and scoring-wise. She is a junior for the Lady Lions.
I was sharing with the folks that she has averaged 16.8 free throws a game.
Rebounds.
16.8 rebounds a game in the last 6 games.
Yeah. Pretty awesome when you stop and you think about that. Tonight will be tough, Dale. Beloit Lady Trojans, a solid ball team. I don't know what the record is coming into this.
They are 12-6 overall, 9-2 in the league. They have won at least a share of the league title. So if they win tonight, they'll have that all sewn up, I'm sure. Let's see who else is close to that.
It's got to be the Wrestler Sacred Heart.
Southeast and Sacred Heart goes 7-3. So if we don't beat the Trojans, they'll have just 2 losses.
Yeah. So Forte and Larson getting ready to jump center. As we get ready to go, tip is up, and ball is in the hands of Minneapolis as they win the tip. Ball goes up and Shoup on the left hand. She drives all the way in, pulls it back out, kicks it back out to Cleveland, back out to Nelson. Nelson in the corner, right hand to Smith. Smith looks for a cutter, comes back to the top of the key. As she works the ball around, back to Shoup. Shoup will set this up at the top of the key for the Lady Lions. Back to Nelson. Nelson on the right-hand side. She looks for a cutter, goes back to the top of the key to Forte. Forte back to the left. So you work the ball right, back to the right-hand side. Peyton Smith to the ball, back to Forte on the right-hand side. Down low to Nelson. To Shoup. Shoup pulls it back out. She'll take the 3 off the mark and rebound by Larson for the Lady Trojans. Beloit with the basketball to bring this down and set it up in the hands of Meyer. Meyer will run the offense at the top as they set this up. They go back to Bogey. Bogey back to Larson, and she hits, Meyer, and she hits a 3.
She'll hit one of those if we give her the opportunity. Yeah. She's one of their leading scorers, she and Larson.
We work the ball down low to Forte. Forte back out to Nelson for 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Larson. Larson will bring it back out. As they bring it to set it up for the Lady Lions. For Beloit. Beloit will take it all the way down in. And she takes a shot off the mark and rebounded by, tipped out of bounds off of Minneapolis. It'll go back to Beloit. 3-0 early here in the first. Beloit with an early lead. Ball goes in the corner to Bogey. Bogey back to Meyer. Meyer drives in, takes a quick shot off the mark, and rebounded by Shoup. Shoup goes back the other way. She's got a little behind her. She pulls it back out. And she will set this up, drives to the left, gets it to Smith. Smith look down low. Goes back to the top of the key to Nelson. Nelson back to Cleveland. Cleveland back to Smith. Smith back to Nelson. They look, tried to tip it down low to Forte, just a little bit over her head, and they'll turn the ball back over to Beloit. Meyer with the basketball to set it up for Beloit. She's picked up by Nelson. Back to Larson. Larson drives, kicks it back out to Meyer. Meyer will drive back in, kicks it back out to Bogey. Bogey back to Hewitt. Hewitt back to Meyer. She drives in, kicks it back to Hewitt. Shot up and good with the left hand. That was a pretty good shot there, Dale.
Yes, it was.
5-0 here early. Shoup with the basketball to set it up. Drives into the left, Gets her pocket picked by Meyer. Meyer switches back out, pulls it back to the top of the key to set this up. Get it back to Bovey. Will drive in. And nice hands there by Forte. Kicks it back out to Smith as she picks up the loose ball. And she will set this up. And another turnover, Dale.
3 of them. 2 of them unforced.
Back in the hands, it goes to Beloit. Beloit to bring it down, set it up. And that will be tipped out of bounds off of Beloit. It'll be Minneapolis basketball. And they will bring it down, shoot with the basketball for the Lady Lions. Back it goes to the left to Forte. Forte, she's going to have to drill it. There you go. Darn it. We're just not passing the ball well so far. Ball off the mark, rebounded by Shoup after the missed shot by Hewitt.
There was a lot of standing around on that possession, no movement.
Yeah. Forte back to Cleveland. Shot is up and no good, as cannot find the bottom of the net. 5-0 here early. Ball goes back to Larson. Larson's top. Gets it back out to Hewitt. Back to Bovey. Back to Larson. Takes the deep three. Beloit comes down the rebound. And back to Meyer for 3, and she nails it. So Beloit with the early scoring here, as they have an 8-0 lead here in the first quarter. 3:51 left. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to C-Link TV in Minneapolis. We'll be right back.
Hometown Outdoor Power has been serving Chicken Campus for over 20 years and is the largest power equipment dealer in the area. We strive to be the one-stop shop for all your power equipment needs. We provide full sales, service, and supply for your home, auto, and contractor power equipment needs. Ask about our winter service program and go Lions.
Welcome back to Minneapolis. As the Lady Lions have the basketball. Peyton Smith has her pocket picked by Beloit. 8-0. Minneapolis having a hard time controlling the basketball here early in the first quarter. Larson with the basketball. She'll drive in. Good pick up there. Nice pass down low from Larson to Cooper. And Portia Cooper drops it in.
Good high-low action by the Lady Trojans.
Definitely an advantage when you've got 5'10 and 5'11 for girls down low. Ball goes in the paint. And, nice shot off the mark, but she was fouled as Cameron Cleveland will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is on Trista Beruva. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Dale.
That throw is, I'd guess, right
off the mark.
Cameron shooting 51.9% on free throws for the season. Elena Kozart comes in for Peyton Smith. Elena, freshman.
Shot is up and misses them both. And we get the rebound, but we turn it over with the walk. Back it'll go into the hands of Beloit. 10-0, 3:03 left to go in the first quarter. Beloit with the basketball. Left-hand side it goes back to the top of the key to Meyer. Another open 3, and this one's off the mark. And rebounded by Beloit, and then down low to Cooper, and Cooper puts it in. Shea Larson, really tall but nice passer. A nice pass down low. You don't a lot of times see that with some size by that. Kirsty Nelson will drive in, gets it in. Nice shot. Kirsty gets a little separation, gets Minneapolis' first points of the night, 12-2, 2:25 here in the first. On the left-hand side, it goes to Hewitt. Hewitt back to Meyer. Meyer back to Hewitt. Hewitt in the paint. Kicks it back out to Larson. Larson will take the shot. She with a nice rebound, and she steps in to take that. 2 minutes left in the first. 12-2, and another unforced error by the Lady Lions, as we cannot.
I'd say half of our turnovers, 7, have been unforced.
No, absolutely. Swing pass all the way in the corner to Meyer. Meyer will drive in. The paint drops it down low to Cooper. Cooper off the glass and good as she works the ball down low in the paint. High screen set by Lady Lions. Kicks it back in the corner to Shoop. Shoop. She passes it off to Lang. Back to Shoop. Shoop drives in. Another error. Turnover by the Lady Lions.
Very effective man-to-man defense played by the Lady Trojans. That's no doubt affecting our play tonight.
Most definitely. Ball in the corner goes down low to Cooper. Oh, wow. Cooper goes off the glass and good as she gets her 8th point of the ball game here in the first quarter. And she'll have the and one here. And it's good. So 17 to 2 here. Trying to find. And another turnover by the Lady Lions.
9th turnover of the first quarter.
First time we played, and it was a little bit closer in the first. It was 12-6. It's been all Beloit this first quarter, and 14 with the big rebound. With 44 seconds left, we will try to bring it to within more than 15 there. A little hand check by Meyer. Minneapolis will inbounds. It's in the corner to Smith. Smith. Back to Forte. Forte at the top. Picked up tight by Cooper. Back it goes to Cleveland. Cleveland. Nice drive in by Cleveland. Nice job, Cameron. As she takes it all the way to the left hand and switches, gets the shot off. Nice job, Cameron. Cleveland. 15 seconds left. Beloit has a chance to get it back to a 15-point lead. Swing pass all the way over to Meyer. She's wide open, guys, and she drains it. So actually, they're going to go up by 16 at that point. So big shot right there. So at the end of one, 20-4, Beloit Lady Trojans with a big lead. We'll be right back.
Message to Trojans that moves to locations in Minneapolis and Salina. Custom clothing for your team, business, group, or event. Screen printing and embroidery. Features online design and delivery for each original. Contact us at 785-237-75 or by email at sales@messengerclothingcompany.com for all your custom clothing printing needs today. Go Minneapolis now. Hometown Hardware, we're proud to support our Minneapolis line. Think of us for all your home, farm, or business project needs. As a true value hardware dealer, and just as we locally provide the brands and selections that you need for your project. And don't forget
Welcome back to second quarter action. The Lions trail 20-4 to add some insult to injury. The Trojans get the ball to start the second quarter.
Yeah. Ball goes into the hands of Larson. Larson set it up, hands it off to Meyer. Meyer's already got 9 points, and Portia Cooper's got 9. So 18 of their 20 points by 2 players. Big start to this game. And they've got another player in there. Number 33 checks in. And we're going to turn the ball over again, Dale. Wow. So they don't lose anything as they put in Lorna Ellers. She's a 5'11" senior. as they work into their bench. Nice job by the Lady Lions. Also checking in is Reagan Eilert for the Lady Trojans. And we forced a turnover. Nice job by Kirsty Nelson with the defense to force the turnover. Ball in the hands of Nelson on the right-hand side. Driver to the right. Pulls it back out, gets it to Cleveland. Cleveland back to Smith. Smith looks at the cutter. She had her for a split second, and they pull back out. Kirsty will drive in, and she's going to lose the ball out of bounds.
Move a little off her foot, I think.
A little bit of contact, but it was a good no call, unfortunately. But you don't hear me say that very often. Nice job, Courtney Forte. Great anticipation, Dale, as she steps in and almost gets a steal right there. And Beloit will still try to inbounds. They get it into Meyer. Meyer kicks it back out to Larson. Larson for three. Wow. What a Shay Larson. She is a 5'11" senior, and she just drains a three from the left-hand side. They are loaded. Into Peyton Smith, and she's going to get it tied up.
Possession error to the Lions.
23-4 here at the 6:40 mark.
Elena Cozart comes in for Kirsty Nelson.
Peyton Smith inbounds. And they throw it away on the inbounds off the hands of Cleveland. It'll go back to Beloit. So they work it around into the hands of down low is Bogey, and she kicks it out. Good job.
Great defense there.
Instead of the tie-up, they call a wide out. That was just a good call. She had fallen down out of bounds at the time, almost had a tie-up. We would have stayed with Beloit anyway, but Meyer inbounds.
Lying in for Smith.
Shot is up and off the mark and out of bounds. Oh, wow. Off of Forte, they say.
And Larson battling for the ball. Goes off of Forte.
Forte inbounds. They kick it in.
Forte knocks that away.
Good hustle by Shoot there. Meyer for three again, though. Off the mark. Rebounded by Cozart. Cozart back to Shoot. Shoot on the right-hand side. She takes the quick three. Up and good. Nice job. Zoe Shoot. That's one thing I've liked of late. Zoe has done a lot of good job of taking that shot.
She's had probably about 4 of them here late in the season.
Meyer back to Bowie. As they work the ball around. Larson. Larson down low to Ellers. And there's going to be a foul.
Cleveland gets the rebound and it's foul over the back. Third foul on the Trojans. The Lady Lions with 1 foul. Cameron Cleveland will fill the ball in to Shoot. Shoot across the timeline. Now over to Smith on the left wing. She drives into the paint. Kicks it over to Forte. Takes a spin move. Shoots and is fouled in the process before the shot, they say. That will be the 4th team foul on the Trojans.
So who was that foul on, Bill?
Number 10.
Number 10. That's 2 on her. As Minneapolis inbounds, they get it into Forte. Forte back to Smith. Smith back to Shoop at the top of the key. 23-7. Lady Lions trailing here. High screen. Nelson pulls, goes back to Smith. Smith back to Nelson. She'll take the three. Off the mark. Good hustle by Peyton Smith. Great job, Peyton. Gets to Cameron Cleveland. Cameron, she takes it right into Ellers. And she'll pick up number 2 on her. Nice job by Cameron Cleveland.
Cameron was at the free throw line earlier and missed 2. Let's see if she can do better this time.
And she does. 23-8. 5:03 left to go in the first half. Second throw is up and it's off the mark. Good hustle by Minneapolis as Forte knocked it out. Shoot drives in and gets the left hand and floater. Nice job by Shoot. Meyer with the basketball, picked up by Nelson. Great job, Peyton Smith. She looks up to Nelson. Nelson's got a runner on the left-hand side. Up and, can't get it, but shoot. And she'll get fouled. That's going to be 3 on Meyer. That's huge, Dale.
Oh, that is.
That is a big foul on her. And Shoop with the line to shoot 2.
Zoe, 39.6% from the line on the season.
Well, that's some trust in a player for a coach to leave a player on the floor with 3 fouls, Dan.
Yep.
He's a truster, something else. Free throws up and good by Shoop as she makes 1 of 2. Larson with the basketball. Larson gets it out to Meyer. Meyer gets it back to Larson. Larson top the key, swing pass. A 3-point shot by Eilert. Off the mark, rebounded by Cleveland. Cleveland gets it up to Nelson. Nelson will drive in, back to Shoop. Shoop will take the 3. Good. Nice job, Zoe Shoop. And she hits a big 3 right there. 8 points here in the second quarter. 23-14. Lady Lions trying to cut into it. And great job by Kirsty Nelson as she forces a tie-up. And it will stay with Beloit, but great job by Kirsty right there, Dale.
Very tenacious defense.
I look to inbounds. They get it into Larson. Larson's going to drive all the way in. Guys, drop down pass. Up and good by number 12. Or if he's at 13. Oh, no, Jessica Meyer. So she gets her 11th point of the night. Swing pass all over to Smith. High screen. Kicks it all the way out to Nelson. Nelson travel. And
hold the foot.
another turnover. 25-14, 3:38 left to go here in the second quarter. Trojans with the basketball. Larson. And nice job by Cameron Cleveland. Gets it down low to Portia Cooper. And kicks it back out to Meyer. Meyer to pull this out to set it up. Nice hustle right there. Ooh. Great defense by Shoop. And it's stolen away by Smith. Nice hustle by Peyton Smith as she steps in the passing lane. Kirsty Nelson for 3, and she drains it. Great job by Kirsty Nelson to hit a big 3 right there. Ball goes in the paint to Larson, up and good.
Full time out by the Beloit Trojans, leading 27-17. 2:47 remaining second quarter. We'll be right back at this word from our sponsor, Dale Leach, Scott Arsenal, cityandthecuity.com, Minneapolis.
The Lions of Minneapolis High School are proudly supported by the Davidson Agency, with offices in Delta, Minneapolis, and Bennington. As a nationwide insurance agent and also an independent agent, they provide a hometown service for the insurance needs of their customers for over 30 years. For home, small business, farming crop, life and health coverage. Call them today at 785-523-4203. With locations in Minneapolis and Livingston, Central Valley Ag provides 24-hour pump services and brokerage assistance by using the CVA Kia Club. We also support ag operators delivery of lubricant, fuel, and propane. Contact Carl Serene at 785-392-3031 for your ag energy needs. Go MHS Lion.
Welcome back, ladies, on a nice little run here, Dale, at the 2:47 mark, as they've outscored the Trojans by a score of 13-7 here in the quarter so far. They had the basketball, but the quarter's not done yet, as the Lady Lions have the basketball, as they will get it to Smith on the left-hand side. Smith will drive, kicks it back out to Cameron Cleveland. Cleveland, nice job. Oh, Cameron did a great job, but Beloit just was able to strip a hand in there and strip the ball loose. As they were working around, ball back in the corner to Cooper. Cooper back to Larson. Larson drop down pass. Oh, wow. Shot in and good by Bovey. She hits the shot in the lane. 29-17. Drive all the way in and shot block. Yeah. That's hard to go into the trees like that. It was a nice walk. Back to Beloit. Ball goes to Cooper. Cooper back to Larson. Larson back to Beloit. Back to Larson. Larson guarded by Forte. Back to Meyer. Minute 37. 29-27. Great job, Peyton Smith. She's been pesky tonight, and she gets another steal right there. And she can't get it. And another block by Cooper. Second time tonight we missed an open layup. Just couldn't get it to fall. Great defense, but just couldn't get it to fall. Meyer back to Larson. Quick shot. Wow. Dale, do you notice how quick her release is?
I mean, it's very good basketball.
Yeah, just a quick catch and shoot.
She and Meyer are their leading scorers.
I can see that. Shoot with the basketball. Nice. Oh, you're kidding me.
An offensive foul on Shoot.
No, they actually called it on Cleveland for an illegal screen. And I just did not see that at all. I thought she was completely set. And did not see that at all. So I tease him up. No, just give me a warning. I don't know why they gave a warning or who they gave a warning to.
It looked like the assistant coach to me. So he turned and looked at him. I thought that would go on Weatherman's head. Go to the head coach.
Ball on the outside to Eiler, back to Larson. Larson will drive it in. Way off the mark, rebound by Forte. Forte back to Shoot. 24 seconds. Back to Shoot. Shoot will drive in. Back to Cleveland for an open three. It's off the mark though. Shoot, nice job. Rebounded by Forte, and she puts it in. Nice job, Courtney Forte. Good rebound and good putback. 31-19, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. They're not going to get it off. Nice job, Courtney Forte. Great job in the second quarter by the Lady Lions to dig into that lead. They were down by 16. We're down by 12 now. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with some stats. You're listening to CLM TV Minneapolis. We'll be right back.
The Bennington State Bank wants to be your hometown bank. The locations in Minneapolis, Bennington, and Smyrna will strive to provide hometown relationship banking. We provide both consumer and commercial banking service along with trust and wealth management. Contact us today for all your financial service needs. Go Lions, we're with you all the way. The Messenger Clothing Company with locations in Minneapolis and Smyrna to be the custom clothing, and screen printing and embroidery. We feature online design and ordering for your convenience. Contact us at 705-823-7752 or by email at sales@messengerclothingcompany.com for all your custom clothing printing needs today. Go Minneapolis Lions. These live video broadcasts are sponsored in part by Chuck and the NCAA Network episode, and the event that we record live at the labs, we're at Chuck Stewart, delivering your satisfaction in the automotive restaurant. Contact Chuck for your time and mileage.
107 Ready, Scott? Hold on.
Final team is Richmond from the Word Judge.
Yeah, I'm ready.
The high-performance lineup brand products and posted site to help you see the lineup of products and fuels, including just down the road. Inside the doors of Richfield City, that's the Calendar brand products. Go Lions!
Welcome back to Minneapolis, Kansas, as Minneapolis Lady Lions trail at the half by a score of 31-19. Definitely a good pick back up in the second quarter, Dale. As we were down 20-4 at the end of one, it was all Beloit in the first quarter. Lady Lions have stormed back into it. They're still down by 12, but we did outscore them 15-11 there in the second quarter to make the score 31-19. Good shooting and a good presence of mind by both Zoe Shute and Kirsty Nelson to take some big shots there. There in the second quarter to give the Lady Lions, a striking distance, I guess you'd say. For scoring-wise for both squads, for Beloit, they were 1 for 1 from the free throw line. And scoring-wise, they had Kaylee Hill with 2, Trista Bereavy with 2, 7 by Shay Larson, 9 by Portia Cooper, and 11 by Jessica Meyer. City Lions, Courtney Forte with 2, Cameron Cleveland with 3, 5 by Kirsty Nelson, and Zoe Shute with a really strong second quarter has 9. And we were 2 for 6 in the free throw line.
As good as it is to see us outscore them 15-11 and get the lead back to 12 only for Beloit, that's unfortunately what they opened the game out on a 12-0 run, which is why we're down. One of the big reasons we're down right now. The other reason is 15 turnovers for Minneapolis compared to 7 for the Lady Trojans. One thing that kind of astonishes me, Scott, is rebounds. We have out-rebounded the Lady Trojans 16-7.
You know, that really surprises me. But their shooting percentage has been, boys' shooting percentage has been fairly decent, which kind of plays into they're not getting the offensive rebounds because they're not, I don't know if we really keep stats of offensive versus defensive rebounds,
Well, we had 7 offensive rebounds compared to their 5 defensive rebounds. That's all on the same baskets. They had 2 offensive rebounds. We pretty much owned the defensive boards with 9. Courtney Forte has 5 rebounds on the game, so she's getting close to her average for the season. So, if the Lions can take better care of the ball and keep shooting well and make a game of this in the second half, that would be nice.
Yeah, it would be. We had some opportunities at the free throw line. We missed those 2 of 6. How were we on turnovers, Jim?
15.
Yeah, they're 7. They're 7, yeah. First quarter was really, really rough for us turnover-wise. I felt like they did a little bit better job in the second. In the second,
Especially we didn't have as many unforced turnovers as we did in the first quarter. I didn't keep track of how many were forced and unforced, but my memory remembers a lot of the unforced, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's hear some more words from our sponsors. We'll be back shortly. Dale Lease and Scott Osherman here on CityLinkTV.com, Minneapolis.
The reason I put the board team is the moms, remember last year up there, dressed up the boys and the moms
Contact Contact either Owen Kimball or Jared Smith for all your banking needs. Your home, personal, business, or trust services. We feature online banking, checking and savings accounts, loans, IRAs, and certificates of deposit to help fulfill your hometown banking needs. Hometown Outdoor Power, with locations in Minneapolis, Salina, and McPherson, has been serving Central Kansas for over 20 years and is the largest power equipment dealer in the area. We strive to be the one-stop shop for all your power equipment needs. We provide full sales, service, and parts supply for your home, ag, or commercial contractor power equipment needs. Ask about our winter service program and go Lions!
For over 100 years, Robertson Monuments has created everlasting memories for families to share the lives of their loved ones with future generations. Supporting the Lions all the way. Robertson Monuments.
Pat and Lynette Donovan, Ag by Air, have been supporting ag operations in the Minneapolis and Delphus area for over 20 years with prompt, up-to-date, and competitive aerial applications. Ag by Air is located at 934 Highway 216, South Mexican Restaurant, Francisco Gallardo, Autotech, Dave Sweat, Gary Keating, Sunflower Realty, Monty Nelson, Mel Studio with Alexis Kern, Minneapolis Muffler Pipe,
Supposedly somebody else is set ready to come in there.
LaGrange Supply, Scott Mortimer.
What? I don't know.
I know a company
What I heard was
Jim
that they
Klein.
What I heard was that they were running. I don't know.
He is Mexican Restaurant, Francisco Gallardo.
Second half action. The Lady Lions have the possession arrow, so we'll start off things here in the second half with the ball. Going north to south.
Possession arrow says it's going to Lady Lions. 31-19. Ladies did a nice job, Dale, there in the second quarter to claw back into this, and we need to come out and have another strong third quarter. So, and we do have the ball to start the second half. 31-19 as we get ready to go to third quarter action. Shoop with the basketball. She will cross the timeline to set this up. She'll get over here to Smith. Smith on the left-hand side, rolls to the right. Cross over to Shoop. Shoop pulls it back out to Smith. Smith back to Shoop. High screen is going to be set. Back to Smith. Smith back to Shoop. Trying to get the ball to Kirsty Nelson. And good. Nice job, Peyton Smith. Nice take. Courtney with the rebound, and she gets it back out to Shoot. Shoot back to Kirsty. Off the mark. Rebounded by Lady Lions. Cleveland with a nice rebound in the paint. She can't get it to go. This time it's rebounded by Larson. Some nice rebounds there, Dale. Good at Lady Lions.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get a putback.
Meyer into Larson in the paint, no good. Gets her own rebound, misses it. Portia Cooper comes out with it. Wow. Missed an opportunity there as they missed 2 point-blank shots. That was a rock, no call. Swung away by Forte. Forte back to Shoot. Up it goes to Nelson. Nelson will drive in. Back to Shoot. Back to Nelson. Nelson rolls back to Smith. If you're going to call it here, you got to call it on the other direction because we had the same identical thing on the other side. No call against Beloit. This one's getting Minneapolis. Turns the ball over. Beloit to get it in. Forte almost jumps that one, and Beloit's going to get a wide open shot in the lane by Hewitt as they get the first points of the second half. Ball goes back to Shoot. Shoot to set this up. 6:20. Shoot back to Nelson. No, excuse me, Smith. Smith back to Forte. Forte back to Nelson. Nelson on the left-hand side. Back to Cleveland. Back to Forte. And they were looking around. Ball goes backward here to Peyton Smith. Cleveland. Nice job of Cameron. Nice job. She takes it right into Shea Larson, and she's going to get the foul. And that'll be her first personal foul. Free throws up and good by Cleveland. Second free throw coming. Shot is up, and it front rim, back rim goes in. Nice job, Cameron Cleveland, as she gets her 5th point of the night. Turnover, nice job by Lady Lions to force that. And actually, that was more of an unforced error than anything.
A lack of concentration.
Cleveland pulls it back out, gets it to Shoot to set this up. 33-21, Smith with the basketball. And she'll get it back to Shoot. Shoot looks down low to Forte, has nothing. So that's one thing, they've got equal size with us. They just kind of shuts down Forte on the points-wise. Forte back to Shoot. Shoot, great pass. Wow, nice feed. Great shot by Kirsty Nelson, and they can't get it, but guess who gets the rebound? And she's going to get fouled. She'll go to the line. Great job. Great job by Kirsty Nelson.
I didn't see the steal. I was looking at paper, unfortunately. According to Forte shooting 53.2% on the season.
And it's up and good. Foul is on Portia Cooper, her first. And we'll have another one coming.
Yep, they stepped into the lane.
Shot is good. I will give Courtney some credit. She had a really rough game, I believe, a couple weeks ago, and ever since then she's done a really nice job from the free throw line. So
She has really come on at the free throw line.
yeah. Ball in the paint. That should have been a travel. No call. Rebounded by Shoot. Shoot will come back the other direction. Ball goes back over to Nelson for 3. Almost no call. No good. Rebounded by Beloit. 33-25. Lead Lions within 8. 4:32 left to go here in. Good job by Kirsty. Nearly forces the turnover. Soon pass over to Bowie over, back into to Meyer for 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Forte. Forte back to Shoot. Shoot back to Nelson for an open three. She gets it. Nice job, Christy Nelson. And she gets a big three right there. 33-28. The Lady Lions within 5 as they've come out on a 9-outscoring 10-0 run. 9-0 run. 30-28.
Okay, yeah.
Still an impressive run right here. We'll take a break. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 33-28. Lady Lions trail by 5. We'll be back.
These are our community sponsors are.
Design for Sherry Burkman. LaGrange Supply, Scott Mortimer.
Welcome back. Lady Lions pick up a full court press here. Lena Curzon almost jumps in to get that, and it's giving to Meyer across the timeline. Picked up by Nelson. High screen. Oh, gotta stay with her. And Meyer takes it all the way in. Nobody stayed with her on that Dale, and she takes it all the way in for her 13th point.
And stop that 9-0 Lady Lion run. Just do it again.
Christy Nelson. Back to Lena Curzon for 3, and she front rims it. And rebounded by Beloit. Back to Beloit for an open 3, misses it, and Nelson's going to
Out of bounds off Nelson.
hustle there. Good hustle by Nelson, and Forte will come back in for Lena Curzon. Beloit gets it in to Larson. Larson will take the open 3 off the mark, rebounded by
Tie-up goes to Beloit.
Wow.
Great effort there by Kirsty Nelson to get in there against the threes.
Yeah.
Get involved with that rebound.
In the corner to Meyer for 3, and she hits it. Wow. Good ball player there. She gets her 16th point of the night, and Beloit back up to a 10-point lead. Forte back up to Smith for 3, off the mark, rebounded by Beloit. Back the other direction. Peyton Smith reads that well, and she steals it, goes back the other direction. Can't get a nice shot by Peyton Smith. I thought it was mine. Got away with a double dip, but hey, there we go. That was a great hustle by Peyton Smith. Meyer with the basketball. Back in corner goes to Larson. Larson can't get it. And Maddie Lang is going to whistle with the foul. And Larson will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. Cameron Cleveland checks in for Christy Nelson. Second shot is up and no good, and Beloit gets the rebound. Wow. Rebound by Forte. That should be a foul, guys. Oh my gosh. Minneapolis. Oh, you didn't change that.
They didn't change it.
Yeah, they didn't change that.
Should go to Minneapolis.
You guys didn't change it. Yep. Good job by the officials to see that. Definitely did not get it switched. So now switch it back. Now it's Minneapolis basketball as Shoot drives the lane, no good. Rebounded by Beloit. Nice little runner by Shoot, just couldn't get it to fall. Back the direction, he goes in the hands of Meyer. Cleveland. Cameron's second personal foul. Maddie Lang will come out as Kirsten Nelson comes back in. Meyer in the paint, pulls it back out. Gets it back to good hustle, Kirsten. Cameron Cleveland, great hustle by Cameron as she will get the tie-up with Portia Cooper. Portia Cooper.
Ball stays with Beloit.
Ball will go into Meyer. Meyer with the basketball. Back to Larson. Larson drives, kicks it back out to Eilert. Back to Beloit. Beloit will drive. Good hustle. And timeout going to be called by Beloit. So the coach saves him on that one, and she calls a timeout to talk about this one.
Defense there by the Lady Lions. They have not given up on this game.
No, 39-30. We'll be back. You're listening to CityLink TV Minneapolis. We'll be right back.
Here are our video sponsors, community sponsors.
Sideway, Terry Ferguson. First off, metal fabrication. It's so little. We are drinking. Farm Bureau Financial Services with Matt Cookville.
Welcome back to Minneapolis, Kansas. Beloit inbounds underneath their own basket. They get it into Meyer. Meyer, a great pass to Cooper. Up and good. That was a nice pass. Good finish by Cooper as Beloit goes back up by 11. Shooting the basketball. Back to Nelson. Nelson. Back to Forte. Back it goes to Cleveland. Cleveland to Peyton Smith. Back to Forte. Forte. Oh, great pass in the paint. Oh, wowzer. Blocked. Man. That was a nice little cut by Cleveland, but 5'11 versus 5'5. It wasn't too hard to block that one. Good hand saved by Lady Lions, and that should be a travel. And that should be a tie-up. My gosh, no call. Meyer will take the open three, and she drains it. Wow. 44-30, just like that. Beloit goes back up by 14
with 2 threes. No, that's not a deuce.
No, 2 threes. Shoot. And she'll take it in against Larson, I believe. Nope. Against Eilert. She will go to the line to shoot 2. First shot is up and good. 44-31. Second shot here in just a second. Shot is up and it is off the mark and rebounded by Minneapolis. Back to Nelson. Nelson in the paint. Can't get it. Back to Cleveland.
Forte is fighting in there.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Had a chance there, Dale,
turnover.
We had a turnover. Double dribble right there. Ball goes in the hands of Eilert. Eilert back to Meyer. Meyer drives it all the way in, takes a shot in the lane. One heck of a role player there. She has 21 points at the end of 3 quarters. Beloit extends their lead 46-31. We'll be right back.
Leading practice and restaurant. The Largo. Studio. I know what
welcome back as we get ready for fourth quarter action here. Lady Lions trailing 46-31. They have the ball with the possession arrow.
As Minneapolis has the ball right across the road, get it in the hands of Peyton Smith. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland's for Cutter, has none, goes back to Smith, to Nelson, back to shoot for the three. Off the mark, and good hustle by Forte, just can't get it. Meyer pulls it down. Meyer back in the hands of Eiler, back to Meyer, Meyer back to Larson. Larson on the left-hand side. So they working back around the top, and he goes to Ehlers. Oh, that should be travel. Oh, you're kidding me.
Goes to Beloit. Had a hand on the ball.
Beloit, you'll see with Beloit then. Ball goes to Ehlers, and she gets it back to Eilert. As we work that ball around, Ehlers drives in, goes down low, back to Larson. Larson back to Meyer for an open three, misses it, and nice job by Shrimp to come away with that rebound. Back to Nelson. Back to Cleveland for three. Nice job. Cameron Cleveland hits a big three right there. And Dale, we needed that one right there to stop the bleeding, 46-34. Eiler with the basketball. Sets it up for Beloit. Gets it back to Larson. Larson's going to drive all the way in. Takes a quick shot, no good. Rebounded by Cleveland. Back it goes in the hands of Shoop. Shoop up to Nelson. Nelson back to Cleveland. She'll take another three and front rims it. I like that thought though, Dale. Yeah. I like that thought. She was hot. She get it back in her hands. Just had a little bit contested there. So shot misses. Rebound by Cleveland. Cleveland up it goes to Nelson. Nelson takes a shot up. Oh, no good. Somehow Peyton Smith comes away with it.
And she fouled.
And she's going to be fouled.
Team foul on the Trojans.
And second on Eilert, I believe. So timeout called by Minneapolis. We will take one with them. You're listening to Sailing TV Minneapolis. We'll be right back.
The Ready for State Bank wants to be your hometown bank. The locations in Minneapolis, Lincoln, and Salina will strive to provide hometown relationship banking. We provide both consumer and commercial banking service along with trust and wealth management. Contact us today for all your financial service needs. Go Lions, we're with you all the way. The American Family Insurance Agents have options for all your insurance coverage under one roof. The Scott Austin Agency with locations in Minneapolis and Belleville, proudly supporting the Minneapolis High School Lions. When it's go time, the local Pioneer team is Richmond from the Ridge. With high-performing Pioneer brand products and local insight, they'll help you choose a lineup of products tailored to your field and proven just down the road. Through summer days, take a little seat like the Pioneer brand products. And go Lions.
Welcome back to Minneapolis as Lady Lions will inbounds. And they get in. Oh, wow. Just couldn't quite get down on the inbounds. Meyer back the other direction for Beloit. And just like that, takes it in for the bucket. Wow. Man, she's 23 points for her, Dale. Shoot. And she steals the ball.
And they turn it back over.
And we ball goes back in the corner. Shot is up by Smith. Great job, Peyton Smith, as she hits a big three. Nice job, Peyton. 48-37. Eilert with the Hewitt with the basketball. Back to Larson. Larson's going to drive in. Pulls him back out. Back he goes over here on the right-hand side as they work it around. Basketball in the hands of Larson. 4:58 left to do in the ball game. 48-37. Beloit with the lead and the basketball. Where's the 5 seconds? 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Nice job by Shoop, and she gets the steal to go all the way in. Gets a nice job by Shoop as she gets the steal, but great job by Courtney Forte at the top, Dale, as she's the one that really forced that.
Tenacious player.
And it's going to be a foul by Kirsty Nelson, I believe, but yep, her first personal. You know, I'll tell you, Dale, the ladies could have absolutely folded at the end of the first quarter. Yep. They could have, and they didn't. They really fought and fought hard.
They're still behind. They're letting the Trojans know they're here.
Larson with the basketball. Into Portia Cooper in the paint, up and good. Kirsty Nelson back to Shoop. Shoop will work this around, gets it back to Cleveland. Cleveland will drive. Can't get it. And great job. Great job. She's hammering those
on the boards.
The foul's going to be on Larson. Her second personal. And misses the first one. Second shot is up, and oh, wow. Unfortunately misses that one too. So
4:06 remaining in the fourth quarter. An 11-point lead for the Trojans.
He'll look around, gets it in the hands of Beloit back here to Cooper. Cooper, as they work the ball around. Nice drive in the paint, no good. Rebounded by Lang kicks it back out into the hands of Shoop. Back to Nelson. Nelson takes the quick three, not just off the mark. And she almost gets a steal there. They come back to the direction in the hands of Cooper. Back to Larson. Larson back to the other direction. Cooper with the basketball. He'll work around. Gets it down low to Larson. No ball, and rebounded by Lang. Lang back to Shoop. 50-39. 3:08 left to go in the ball game. Peyton Smith, nice job. Peyton, she takes a little runner and gets it. Her 7th point of the night. She's having a nice night tonight as the Lady Lions back within 9 with 3 minutes left.
Two players that have been playing with a lot more confidence in these last several games that really weren't scoring much or doing much on defensive rebounds at all. Madison Lang and Peyton Smith.
Yeah, and both of them, of course, Peyton Smith gets the start, and Maddie is off the bench quickly, but both of those players, you're right, Dale, they're doing a nice job of stepping up. Nice job by the ladies. We'll be back.
Minneapolis Junior Senior High School Lion Kickers are proud to continue with long-term support of the broadcast of these Lions games. Join us as we support student activities. Go Lions! We're with you everywhere.
With locations in Minneapolis and Wilmington, Central Valley Ag provides the service. They also support ag operations by providing milk delivery of lubricants, fuel, and propane. Contact Carl Saline, 785-392-3031 for your ag needs. Go MHS Lions.
Welcome back to Minneapolis. Beloit has the basketball. They cross the timeline. Meyer with it, picked up by Nelson. They get it over to Larson. Larson back to top to Cooper. Back it goes over here to Meyer. Meyer will drop, and she's going to get hit by Nelson. That's a fourth personal foul. Nelson's second, fourth team foul. 2:43.
They're showing 3 on the board.
3. Okay, then I must have missed one. So that was very well possible. I know it's hard to believe I make a mistake there. All right. Basketball in the hands of Eilert. Back it goes to Cooper. Cooper. Back it goes to Larson. Back to Meyer. Meyer will look. Boyd wisely running over the clock here. And they take it in. Rebound by Forte. Great rebound by Forte. Gets it back out to Shoot. Shoot with the basketball. Back to the direction it goes. Shoot will drive in. Kicks it back out to Nelson for 3. No good, but Shoot with the rebound. Great job by Shoot. Back to Peyton Smith. She hits another 3. Peyton Smith with her 10th point of the night. Nice job by Peyton. She's gotten 2 threes. And, oh, wow, that's a tough one right there. To get Shay Larson gets a bucket the other direction. It was great defense by Courtney, but, wow. Minneapolis within 8. Back it goes to Kirsten Nelson. No good. And good hustle there by Courtney off of hands of her, but
Cooper hanging all over. Couldn't quite pull it in.
wow, Dale. Peyton Smith with
2 or 3?
2 threes. Yep, 2 threes. Play will get in the hands of Eilert. Eilert pulls it back, gets it back, and they work it around. Back Cooper back to good hustle there. Ball in the paint, and that's going to be number 4 on Kirsty. Well, this is when Coach needs to let Kirsty know she's got 4 fouls because she is playing with some intensity, but we need her out there, Dale.
Yep. Fortunately, there's just 1:17 to go, but she doesn't need to pick up number 5.
No. Free throw was up and on its way by Eilert and no good. Second shot is up, and it is off the mark as well. She misses them both. Back it goes in the hands of Minneapolis. Back to Peyton Smith. And she takes it right into Larson. Larson gets a block. A good job by Peyton. That's a good choice. She's been doing well. She takes it right into her. Cameron Cleveland.
Lost the balance. Minneapolis possession.
Surprise. This should have been a travel.
Yeah.
so
That was generous.
Yeah, that was. We keep it. Peyton Smith. Back to Christy Nelson. Back to Cameron Cleveland. Back to Smith. Take that. Has nothing. Goes back to Shoot. Shoot back to Smith. Take that. Take that. She's got a hot hand. She needs to go ahead and take that. Shoot comes away and steals that. Nice job by Shoot up to Nelson. Nelson. And she can't get it. Good hustle by Courtney Forte. Nearly comes away with that. These girls have kept fighting, Dale. It's going to be a loss tonight, but it's been a heck of a comeback. The Lady Lions have really fought hard on this. They're still fighting. 33.7 seconds. There's always a chance. We'll take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors. You're listening to Sailing TV Minneapolis. We'll be right back.
These live video broadcasts are something important. It's absolute and essentially inevitable in the event of this affair, the body is lost. Remember to touch the significant will bring you satisfaction in your automotive restoration needs. Contact Chuck 705-292-2774. Exclusion is located at 1556 Wellington Highway.
Welcome back to Minneapolis. 44-52. Lady Lions trail by 8. Beloit has the ball. 33.7 seconds left here in the ball game. Beloit will inbounds. Shoot, Cleveland, Nelson, Smith, and Forte on the floor for the Lady Lions. Cooper to inbounds, and they get it in. That's a quick foul by Shue, and that is only number 6. Or 5. It may only be foul. Yep, team foul number 6. So, once again, this is where Kirsty's got to be smart. You know, she's the only one that's got any foul trouble. And there's another hand check there. And that's going to send Eilert back to the line. She just missed 2 of them. She picks up her second personal.
Second on Zoe.
And just like that, she makes that one. So, sure enough, I jinx them by telling them she missed the last 2. And she makes them both. Well, Dale, I jinxed us on that. 54-44. Peyton Smith will take that 3. Dang it. Shoot with the basketball. Cameron Cleveland. She'll take the 3. Thanks again.
And Shoop, another foul. Sends Eilert back to the line. The lead down to 7 with 12.9 seconds remaining.
Shot is getting ready to, free throws up, misses it, and Shoop's going to come away with it. Nice job by Shoop. No foul call. Yeah, no foul call, but a great hustle by Shoop right there.
Wouldn't put us at the line.
No, but yeah, a lot of contact. Ball goes back the other direction in the hands of Shoop. 8 seconds. Peyton Smith for 3, off the mark. Rebounded by Beloit. And that's the ball game. Lady Lions come up short tonight, but wow, what an effort by the ladies as we lose 54-47. But we definitely own the second and fourth quarter as we outscored them 16-8 in that quarter. We'll take a break and we'll be back with some stats. You're listening to City Lake TV Minneapolis. Take the lead on Eagle Communications. We'll be back.
Support the Minneapolis High School Lions. Contact either Owen Trimble or Jared Smith for all your banking needs. Be it home, personal, business, or trust services. We teach online banking, checking and trading accounts, loans, IRAs, and certificates of deposit to help fulfill your hometown banking needs.
Welcome back to Minneapolis, Kansas, as the Minneapolis Lions come up short tonight by a score of 54-47. But great effort by the Lady Lions as they fight back into this one to try to get back into this ball game. They just come up short tonight. Scoring lines for both squads for the Beloit Lady Trojans: Trista Bereavy with 2, Callie Hewitt with 4, 2 by Reagan Eilert, 10 by Shay Larson, 13 by Portia Cooper, but 23 points by Jessica Meyer. They were 4 for 8 for the free throw line for the ball game, 3 for 7 in the second half. Scoring lines for the Minneapolis Lady Lions. I like this deal. Nice even scoring for the girls. Courtney Forte Day only had 4 points, but then the next 4 players, all fairly even. Kirsty Nelson with 10, Zoe Shute with 12, Cameron Cleveland with 11, and Peyton Smith with 10. And it's been a long time since I've seen Peyton do that. We were 5 from 8 from the free throw line in the second half, 7 for 14 for the ball game. Scoring-wise, quarter-wise, Minneapolis trailed 20-4 in the first quarter. We outscored in the second quarter 15-11. If we could have maybe outscored them in the third quarter, we might have had a better chance at this. They did outscore us in the third quarter 15-12, but we dominated the fourth quarter 16-8.
You can pin the loss on the 12-0 run we spotted in the first quarter. Yeah. We just never could completely catch up. We got it down to 5 in the third after we had that 9-0 run, but we could never get any closer than that. Rebound-wise, we dominated again in the second half, 20-14, 36-21 for the game. The Lions out-rebounded the Trojans, and we took better care of the ball in the second half. We only had 5 turnovers to their 7, but unfortunately we still had 20 compared to their 14.
A nice effort by the Lady Lions, who just fell short tonight. A great effort, good hustle. We just couldn't quite get an answer for it.
Courtney Forte on her rebounds from late in the season. She didn't quite get doubles tonight, but she had 9, which is what she had up at Beloit. So it's still a very good night. I tell you what, she fought under that basket with those multiple taller boy players. She was fighting all the way. And sometimes she could have a rebound and got knocked away, picked up by someone else. Okay, our play of the game, sponsored by the Messenger Clothing Company, is going to be Peyton Smith's steal. Got halfway through the third quarter and took it to the length of the court for the layup. That's the play of the game by Peyton Smith, sponsored by the Messenger Clothing Company. And the Scott Oshman Agency is sponsoring the play of the game tonight. I'm going to go with Cameron Cleveland. 11 points for Cameron. Wasn't the leading scorer, but tenacious defense and her 5'5" frame. She had to have an equal number of rebounds that Courtney Forte had. She just is guts getting in there and fighting.
Yeah, and I will throw out a plug also. I would agree with you on the play of the game, but Peyton Smith, she stepped up big tonight. I figured you did, Dale, and it was a tough one because I agree.
I wrote it down, then I erased it.
I agree with you 100%, but I got to give some kudos out there to Peyton Smith because she definitely played hard tonight. So we're about 11 minutes away from the boys' game, folks, and we'll be back probably on the air in about 10. Dale Leach will have that call. Perhaps Noah Helga will be with us. I will be back at halftime. You're listening to City Link TV Minneapolis, Scott Oshman, Dale Leach. We'll be back.